Taking justice into their own hands, vigilantes in some European cities start carrying out street patrols, having lost faith in their government's handling of the ongoing migrant crisis. Plus, we meet with some migrants who have decided Europe is not the promised land after all. They've decided to pack their bags and head back home. A bombardment of UK arms heading into Saudi Arabia with an 11,000% increase in missile sales. That's as Riyadh's blasted for leaving Yemen in ruin. RT's exclusive bird's-eye drone footage from the shattered city of Homs, showing the scale of devastation from the Syrian war. It's midday in Moscow. Thanks for joining us here on RT International on this Thursday of news. Austria has deployed about 500 troops to help police carry out rigorous checks on every refugee trying to enter the country from neighboring Slovenia.
We must massively reinforce our border controls. Austria cannot accommodate all asylum seekers.
Well, apart from tightening border controls, the country has also imposed a new limit on those seeking asylum. This year, Austria will only accept 37,000 applications, which is less than half of the number of 2015. However, among some Austrians, there's a feeling the government's losing control over the situation, so some locals are trying to take justice into their own hands. Videos emerged on social media claiming to show instant justice by Austrians against a group of Afghan refugees. It apparently comes after migrants attempted to rob a commuter at that Vienna station. Locals blocked in the assailants and the situation quickly blew up into a brawl. RT's Peter Oliver reporting on how the faith of Europeans in their government's handling of the migrant crisis is being tested.
Well, it's a freezing cold night here in the city of Cologne. I'm about to go out on patrol with a so-called civilian defence group. Now, they set up following the attacks in the city over New Year's Eve. And these are the guys right here. Hi, Peter. Nice to meet you. Hi, how are you doing? Hello, hi. Hi. So, we're going to go out on patrol with you guys and see what you get up to. After the chaotic scenes of New Year's Eve, police received around 500 criminal complaints, half of which relate to sexual assaults. Police are still on the lookout for the perpetrators, the vast majority of which are thought to be from a migrant background. The idea of the patrols is to enable communities to take care of their own neighbourhoods.
This was a moment when we had to do something. It had been clear previously that something had to be done as crime was increasing in all districts. The big wake-up call was the attacks at the train station.
Who is it you're looking for?
For example, there's a spot here. These types of dark corners we check as they're hiding places. These buildings are hidden from the main road at night, and anyone could jump out in those corners. Often people congregate around them.
Well, this group have come in for some criticism, with people saying that they're vigilantes. However, they don't see it that way.
We're not witch hunters. We're not part of the right-wing movement. We're normal people that want to take back our streets with the citizens, for the citizens.
However, politicians have raised concerns about these unregulated groups operating across Germany.
We heard also about this phenomenon of self-defense groups. I don't like that development. I believe the monopoly of using force should remain in the hands of the state.
But this group believes they can actually assist the police.
Police, especially with this wave of refugees, are overwhelmed, and you cannot blame them for that. Germany underestimated the consequences of opening up to so many people.
And deny any accusations of targeting refugees.
We see this as an overall crime problem. You cannot generalize all people to say that all refugees are criminals. This is not the case.
The attacks in Cologne have changed many attitudes in Germany. Particularly in urban areas, people are very concerned about keeping themselves and loved ones safe.
Our focus is now on the Cologne Carnival that gets underway soon. Police showed on New Year's Eve that they don't have everything under control. We are here to do our bit.
Things have calmed down overall around the city. However, these guys here are saying that it's important to remain vigilant on the streets. Reporting from Cologne for RT, I'm Peter Oliver.
The German president has voiced his opinion on the roots of the migrant problem.
Not all migrants have espoused all the fundamental European beliefs and convictions. One key lesson from our own history, but also from the recent European migration history, is this: migration and integration must be thought of in tandem.
But some refugees deem integration as a way to erase their history and identity. Some have even decided to return back to their destroyed homes. And we spoke with some Kurdish migrants for whom their new life in Europe was not what they had dreamed of.
We were told it was like a fairy tale, Europe and European freedom, human rights, beautiful sights, equality. But after we got there, we realized that it wasn't the reality. As soon as you arrive, you have to get documented. Then you are sent to a refugee camp where you experience humiliation over and over again. A person feels like a slave there. Maybe things are great for locals, because all refugees end up working for them, providing them with comfort. But it is tough for refugees there. The authorities want us to assimilate. They want to erase our past, our culture and traditions. You have to become like them if you want to live there.
We arrived in Sweden, remained there for about a month. Of course, the customs and traditions differ between here and there. Besides, there are many differences in other issues. There, anything you have to do is attached to laws, like traveling, for instance. But we love the freedom, especially in moving around, and we love the social style of life. While in there, we missed all of that. In there, social life is non-existent. I didn't like it, so I returned.
And with Europe currently struggling with the ongoing migrant crisis, perhaps it should come as little surprise that a decades-old book all about one person's struggle with those deemed not to fit in is selling so well again in Germany. Just one more thing to note, the author of the book is Adolf Hitler.